All right, first hand I see is Lex Knapp. Lex, go ahead.
What's going on, Sebastian? So just start things off. What went into your decision-making? Obviously, you have a family here. You want to wrestle in front of the Jersey fans. But what other factors played into you making the move from Northwestern over to Rutgers?
Yeah, honestly, just being home. It's been good for me. I feel better, up a weight class. I mean, I have my dad, Frankie, showing up the matches. I don't think it could get much better than that for myself. So it became a little selfish decision. I needed to come home and be able to help my dad with the club. And it's just everything's rolling into places where I want to be. I want to be in Jersey. I want to wrestle for Jersey fans. So that was probably the biggest decision. Probably my family, though, because I really feed off of my village. They've done so much for me. So to be able to wrestle for them and put on for them, that's just the biggest part for me.
And you've always been pretty vocal about the importance of your family and the village around you with Frankie and all those other guys. Have you felt that impact your wrestling since you've been home? Do you feel like you've jumped a few levels with being back here and being comfortable back in Jersey?
Yeah, 100%. They're good partners. You know, I go home, I wrestle my dad, I wrestle Frankie, I wrestle Deli. I get to feel them, and they made me the wrestler I am, and to come back and beat up on them a little bit, but they show me moves, little tricks, old man tricks. It's good. But I really think I jumped levels beneath like Donnie and Pollard and all these guys. Donnie's really settled me in on this freestyle mentality, and then now we're gonna focus to folk style. But he's a really good coach, and I love wrestling under him. It's really helpful these last couple of months, man. I feel like I've jumped a lot of levels.
And you've had a relationship with Goody since you were 4 years old now. Can you talk about how that's changed now that you're an athlete for him and now he's your coach? How has that changed over the course of the last few months?
Honestly, the relationship's gotten better. He's a great guy. He's a great head coach. He looks out for his athletes. Couldn't ask for a better one. In my situation, honestly, I feel like I could trust him with anything, and I go to him for a lot, and I'm really vocal with him how I feel, and he understands, and he accounts for it. So, yeah, I feel like I'm in a great position here, and I'm happy to be home.
And last question, Sebastian. There's a lot of shore guys on this team. You feel that's helped with the transition of coming in and being a shore guy yourself and having these guys from local schools that you grew up wrestling with?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like they looked at me different a little bit earlier on. I don't know. I was the number one guy coming in, so I'm a little intimidating to some of them, I guess. I don't know, but I feel like that relationship has grown. They've kind of welcomed me in. They thought I was going to probably be, I don't want to say bad words, but a bad leader or just like overbearing, like a lot of these number one guys are in the country. They think they're hot stuff, and they come in and they bring bad energy to the team. And then once they realize I'm not that type of guy, I'm one of them. I want to be a leader. I want to be a teammate. I want to be a brother. They welcome me in, and now I got guys like Al DeSantis, like Brett Donner. They're good kids, and I'm around them, and now I feel like I'm one of them. I feel like I'm a Rutgers boy now. Didn't take long.
Thanks, Seb.
Yep.
Next question will be from James Cratch, NJ.com. Go ahead, James.
Sebastian, I guess when the NCAA gave the blanket waiver, how much easier to make kind of your decision about what to do this season?
Yeah, I didn't plan on wrestling this season, but when they gave that, it was kind of just like, why not? It's another year, so get out there, get the wrestle in the rack, even though there's nobody in there, but we get to still wrestle, get 6 matches in. It's not a bad thing.
What was it like to be in the rack today? Joe said he felt that the cutouts kind of helped make it feel less strange.
I think it's corny.
Yeah.
I want people in there. I think we need to get past this COVID thing and get people in this place. I mean, no picture. It's going to be quiet as hell in there on Friday, and it's going to just be me listening to Donnie, getting stuff done. I don't think picture's going to help me, but if it can help them, that's great. But I'm over it. I want to wrestle with fans. I want to hear screaming. I want to hear people getting loud for wrestling again. It's that time of year.
Okay, next question will be Steve Falk from Gannett. Go ahead, Steve.
How you doing, Sebastian, first of all?
What's up, Steve?
How you doing, sir? How excited are you to be around the wrestlers and the talent you see in the room in this program?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I get to wrestle a bunch of different guys. not to knock Northwestern, there just wasn't many guys that could wrestle in that room. There was only a handful that could go and wrestle me a whole practice, and I would have to go up a lot of weight classes to even get that feel sometimes. So to come home and I get to wrestle a bunch of different guys. I still try to put the same pressure on them and break them, make them feel like they can't wrestle me. But there's a lot of guys that I can do that to now, you know. So it's a good feeling to be around these guys and helping them get better step by step.
How good do you think some of these young guys can be in a year or two down the road?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of good young guys. I honestly like Shawver's really good. DeSantis is really good. These freshmen coming in, Sammy's really good. They just a little bit more focus. I think everybody can have a little bit more focus on this team, and that's something I plan to put into this culture a little bit. It's not going to be something that happens right away. You need to really focus, and I think that's what was good about Northwestern for me. I got to focus. There wasn't much else to do. Sit there and wrestle, think about wrestling, get better at wrestling. There's a lot to do in Jersey. But, hey, we could change the culture. It's happening slowly. Goody and Donnie are really implementing it, and we get these guys to buckle down. We're gonna have a really good team in the next couple of years.
Thanks, Steve. Gabramitis, go ahead.
Hey, Sebastian, how are you?
Good, how about you?
Good. I'm going to start out with the same question I asked Joe Grella, but I think you might have answered it already. Do you definitely plan on coming back next year, or do you, since it's a free year this year, or that's still to be determined?
Yeah, I plan on me coming back.
Great. And at 141, is that a lot easier? Are you comfortable now? Is it an easy cut for you from where you walk around weight is, or is it still something you got to work at?
Yeah, I think it's obviously a lot easier than 133, 125. I would start at the same spot and still I'm making 41 now. I would make 33 at this from weighing this weight. I was probably like 165, maybe a little bigger than that. Yeah, I think it's easy. I'm walking around, not too crazy. I came in practice 47 today.
Great. My last Terrific. And my last question is, with the Puerto Rico national team, do you have to wrestle off at a higher weight class than what you originally wrestled at? You started out at 57 kilograms, and now you're 65, or what's that like?
Yeah, I'm going to have to wrestle off Jose Rodriguez most likely and take the 65 kilo spot.
Do you know when that will be?
April, hoping.
April, okay. Well, good luck with everything.
Thank you.
We have a question from Nick Costco. Nick, go ahead.
Hey, Sebastian. So after your performance on Saturday, obviously, you kind of put the show on the road there with the Tech Fall at the Battle on the Banks event. What was that like for you, finally just getting that live event once again? And obviously, it wasn't a Rutgers event, and you already mentioned that you want fans back and whatnot at the rack. But what was that like for you, just basically returning to Jersey, having live wrestling with some of your teammates already, and then kind of getting ready for Friday?
Yeah, it was good. It showed me that it humbled me a little bit on things I need to do before a match to be a little better. Like I said, I wasn't really happy with that performance. I rewatched the match, and I'm a little less mad about it than I was on Saturday, I guess I was. Yeah, I just think that I could be so much better in a match, and that's positive to me. I feel like I attacked them, and I feel like I could be way better than that. And yeah, it was exciting to wrestle against with some of these guys. I think it showed the team that we need to be a little bit more offensive. Too many guys sitting around waiting, and that's why they're losing matches, or they're shooting shots and they're not getting through guys. And I think it was a little eye-opening for a couple guys, and I think it's going to be beneficial for this Friday.
All right, any additional questions for Sebastian before we let him go? All right, Sebastian, thanks.
Thank you.